To do what he did to Tai Tuivasa is pretty incredible. And I'm not saying that Tai Tuivasa has turned into this, you know what I mean, this is going to be the dude who's going to win the championship, but he was on a hell of a run. Hits as hard as anybody hits. And you got to think about it like this. He's got eraser power. Ciryl Gane, he touches you. Touches. Accumulation. War of attrition, right? And this was the Derek Lewis fight all over again. So first thoughts, first impressions, brother. What was the biggest thing that stood out to you from Bon Gamin's performance at UFC Paris?
What stood out to me most, Derek, is the fact that this dude was willing to catch a couple punches, feel the power, and then sit back in the pocket and be willing to have that kind of not necessarily a dog fight, but as close to what a technician would want to be in a dog fight as, man. The fact that Ciryl Gane was willing and able to stand in the pocket, see the punches coming, defend them, block them, still get caught a couple times and not even flinch, not wince one bit, and not pull the tail and run like we were saying he was doing earlier. Man, this showed levels that Ciryl Gane is growing still, man, as that fighter. And it makes sense, 11-1. This dude's a young fighter in the UFC, and at the top level, which is crazy. So his ceiling is going to be, very, very high. Very impressed from Ciryl Gane. And we were talking the whole time where in the pre-show, like sometimes in Ciryl Gane's fights, he's a little too cautious. He'll play the pick apart game. He'll play the technician game where he's keeping you at range, blocking you off, and then staying on his bike. Man, this time the bike maybe had like a smaller lane to travel because this dude was in it for the scrap, man. That's what impressed me most about Ciryl Gane. What about you, Derek?
Well, I didn't think about this before, but I think the Paris crowd did play a large factor in this, in him going for the finish specifically. I'm not going to say that he wouldn't have done it before. He did it against Derek Lewis, right? But the difference was he said, I have to get a finish. I'm going for the finish. I want nothing but a finish right here. And the fact that he tasted in that second round, bro, I thought it was over. I thought we just saw Tai Tuivasa and this dude is about to fight for the championship. Like this was it. He gets cracked with a big one. He falls flat on his back against the cage, eats a follow-up shot, and then just stands up and is like, all right, let's fight. That, talk about impressive. Talk about holy shit, man. That was the moment of the fight right there. That could be a moment of his career if everything goes accordingly, where we look back and we say, like, that was like, for an example, Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley. Sorry about that. Sugar Shane Mosley, Floyd Mayweather. Only man to legitimately, besides Maidana, legitimately like crack him early in his career where he was stumbled, had to hold on for dear life, came back, and what did he do? He picked him apart. That's what Ciryl Gane did, right? So this could be the moment of his career where you're like, holy shit, like this is that, right? So let me ask you this, man, because when it comes down to it, Ciryl Gane is becoming increasingly more dangerous of a fighter. He's getting away from the pitter-patter game. Why get away from the pitter-patter game, AJ? There's no need other than entertainment. There's literally no other need to do it. So why do it unless you're in front of your home crowd? Like if this fight took place in Hawaii, would he have done that?
I don't know. I think the crowd does add a lot of aspect to it, but at the same point, the only way besides actually getting finishes and getting wins and then being undeniable, the fastest way to track yourself is having that kind of that entertainment value. I think that's one reason why, storyline as well, but that's why we're seeing Paeta or not Michel Paeta. What's the guy fighting
Paeta.
Is it Paeta? Yeah.
It's Pereira, Paeta.
Pereira. Yeah. There you go, Pereira. That's why. But I think that's why, because such the flashy knockouts and the storyline, that's why we're seeing such a big push for him. It's the same thing for Gane. Once you can kind of have that style of that undeniable. Yeah, I've been whooping everybody's ass, but now I'm flashy, I'm explosive, I'm getting knockouts left to right, up and down. Now I feel like that's an even more way to be even more undeniable going for the title shots, if that makes sense. So I could see him in the future kind of getting more and more towards that style. But I do think I think you hit the nail on the head where the crowd and him wanting that kind of that hometown pride kind of aspect really added an extra fuel to the fire.
Well, I feel like what he's doing is he's taking like years of experience and accumulating them in such a short time. Because you kind of need that knockdown to know, oh, okay, you know what I mean? I can fight through that. Like, I still got it. He even said it. He was all like, Tuivasa knocked me out. He says, he literally said something along the lines of, he knocked me out, but I heard the crowd. I had to get back up to my feet and I knew I had to fight. Like, there was something in that whole entire aura that brought him back to his feet, rose him from the dead like the Undertaker, man. Listen, key point to take away. Ciryl Gane, he notched 110 of 168 total strikes. Tai Tuivasa, 29 of 89. The scary part is that Tuivasa still knocked him down and only landing 29 shots. That's the scary part. Now, the hard part about watching Ciryl Gane, even though it's beautiful to watch, is that the pitter-patter style has you on edge the entire fight against a big power puncher thinking, don't get hit, please don't get hit, please don't get hit. And when he gets cracked and he still continues to fight with his hands down at his hips and he's doing his, Bon Gamin style, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. Listen, man. I was surprised Gane went for a takedown against Tuivasa, wasn't able to get it, went completely away from it, just gave him a different look, a little level change, right? Do you think that would have been part of the game plan? Like, if he could have got that takedown to just ride out like an Ngannou-esque victory, so I'll just wrestle him and I'll just do that. Because I felt like if he was able to just easily get the takedown, he wouldn't just get back up to his feet. You're not going to take a man down just to be like, I took you down and then stand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think ride it out would have been the best thing, but because I feel like that's when the crowd would have been getting excited. So maybe looking for a ground and pound finish at the end. Maybe it could have worked out because we did see it. We did see it happen, man. I think what the big thing was that I liked about Gane, the whole approach that he had. He saw once he got cracked, once he was kind of stumbling out, he's like, all right, I got to take this guy's power, start hitting him in the bread box, start touching up that body. That was a big moment for what I saw as a transition in Gane's style, man.
Well, I disagree, man, because he's been always working the body. He always has. And the beauty is the precision, right? Because when he slaps you with the body shot, right? 30 of 40 strikes to the body. The accuracy was incredible, right? He slaps you with that liver kick. You say, ooh, you bend over. What does he do? He does like a flying, like Muay Thai style knee straight to the gut and then gives you a big digging right hand. I wish it was the left hook so he could have touched the liver again because Ty could have gone down with that right there. But no, that's always been a part of his game, man, touching up that body. That's the thing, though, is that he's smarter than us, right? Because in my head, I'm like, dude, this dude's melon is so hard, you're not going to knock him out. I didn't think to myself, oh, but that gut, I mean, that's a big target right there, man. Just target away on that, hammer away, and that's exactly what he did. It was beautiful. We already know Ciryl Gane's going to be sticking around in the title picture for a long time to come. Let's talk about the other side. What does this loss do for Tai Tuivasa? Because I think this could be a humbling loss, but I think his stock grew. You know what I mean? Everyone is like, well, Ty, he's got the heart. He's got look, he's the only man to drop Ciryl Gane. So now, even though you lost, you're still going to be sticking around in that top 5 area because who else could do that? Nobody else could even touch Ciryl Gane, really. So what do you think?
That's what I was thinking. I don't think his stock's dropping at all on this fight, man. If anything, it's growing just a little bit because of the fact that he was able to drop Ciryl Gane that one time. And stay in the fight for a lot longer than a lot of people are giving him credit for, man. Getting beat up like that and still only going out near the end of the third round. Very impressive for Ty. I don't think, like I said, I don't think his stock drops. I wouldn't say he's going to be, staying up number 3, number 4 anymore, but he'll be in that top 5 regardless. And I think for quite a while too. Hopefully, this is one of those fights that teaches Ty that the brawling style is good. But if he can become a little bit more technical, a little bit more smooth in there, I think he'll get a little bit more fighting reps at least.
You just got to think, man. Derek Lewis is still in that top 6, top 7. So Ty's not going anywhere, man. And listen, he's an entertainer, and listen, he did his job. He entertained. I just think that this is gonna shoot him through the roof, man. This was huge. But Bon Gamin, he got it done, and got it done in Paris, France, brother. You could not have written a better story right there. The surprising thing, and I actually regret to mention this in the end. I should have mentioned this in the beginning. He announced that he had broken his rib 3 weeks prior to the fight. So imagine 100% Ciryl Gane in this fight. Maybe we could have got it done a little bit earlier. I'm just saying. But maybe Ty should have been targeting the body a little bit because you hit that rib one time and we got a whole nother fight on our hands, baby. But huge win, Bon Gamin style, man.